Hey, this is Mitch Mitchell coming to you from lovely Liverpool, New York. And this is going to be the final video for this channel in 2016. And I want to take it out differently than I did last year. You know, the end of last year I did a video and I was kind of disappointed and angry and depressed because it just seemed that we weren't getting what we should from leadership. Mainly political leadership, but leadership in general. There was just so many bad stories last year going on about leadership. It was just horrible. And I'm not necessarily sure that 2016 was any better. Okay, yeah, I am. 2016 wasn't any better. But I'm putting all that behind me. As you notice, I even have, like, there it is, new logo behind me. There it is up there as well. I've changed, you know, the images that used to be back there. And I'm changing my entire office. About 95% of my office is going to be changed. Even this, you see a little bit here. Well, this thing is going to be gone. I mean, it's going to go to a different location. The only things that haven't changed in my office is 2.5 of my walls have not been painted, which basically tells you 1.5 have been painted. And my desk is pretty much going to still be here. It's going to move a little bit this way, maybe 6 or 7 inches, because I'm going to be putting a new file cabinet over here to my right. But everything else is being moved around and changed. And, you know, this is really more what I want to talk about, which is change. Personal change, leadership change, and growth. Because 2016 was pretty much a very stagnating year for me personally. My mother's health is somewhat in decline. That made it difficult for me to relax and get a lot more things done that I really hoped to do. I did finish a book this year, but that was it. I really just couldn't get going on anything else. I'm dealing with certain things better now as it concerns my mother, realizing that I have to kind of take some charge in it. I'm the only child, and mom can't really take care of herself anymore. So understanding that I have that, but I still have to take care of my own thing, basically says that, you know, I need to plan things better. Which is why you see this in my thumbnail, because this is my Franklin planner. And on my other channel, I actually talked about how I use the Franklin planner, and then things got just so overwhelming in my mind that I stopped using it. But a couple of weeks ago, my wife and I went to visit a friend of mine who has actually gone through the course on how to use these things better. And we got the refresher. And so I've got some things that I'm going to be planning. I'm going to try to do more videos on this channel than I did in 2016. This is actually going to be video number 25, which basically says that I didn't even do videos half of the year in total. And I want to be better there. I don't know that I want to do another thing like I did 2 years ago, where I did a video. Actually, I guess it was in 2015. I did a video every day in December. I don't know that I necessarily want to do that again, but you never know. I might even do that on my other channel. But I do have some goals. I really want to help this channel progress better. It doesn't get nearly the views that my other channel gets. It has 1/3 of the subscribers the other channel has. And I think it's important stuff that I talk about here. Not that it's not important stuff on the other one, but, you know, leadership is a big deal. Diversity is a big deal. Healthcare is a big deal. And I want to talk about those things, and I'd like more people to see it. So I'm going to be working on different types of promotions. I'm also going to be working on getting more speaking gigs. I had 3 last year. Didn't get paid for any of them, but I had 3. Which isn't so bad, but, you know, the idea is to get paid for it. I keep telling people, when I grow up, I want to be a professional speaker, which basically means you get paid for it. And I want to get paid to leave the state. I stayed in the state, as a matter of fact, locally, doing all 3 of the engagements. So, you know, if any of you who watch this are looking for someone to come talk about leadership, diversity, healthcare, motivation, or a whole lot of other things, you know, give me a call. Reach out. I'm easy to reach. You can just leave me a message on this channel or go visit my website, which is ttmitchellconsulting.com, and look at my bio, or just click on one of the buttons there on the front and send me an email, because I'm always available. I'm also planning on finishing up a book on motivation. I'm about 25% through, but at least I had created an outline so I know what I want to do. And I'm going to be creating, I'm not sure whether it's going to be a course or a book or whatever, geared to healthcare finance on how to go through the process so that you can increase your revenue and, you know, be compliant with certain rules as it regards coding. Not diagnosis coding, but procedure coding, because that's one of my strengths. That's, you know, if you go back and you look at the early videos where I was talking about Charge Master, that's something that I do. And I'll say I'm very good at it. I'm just going to say, I don't know many people who helped the hospital increase their revenue $730 million in 1 year. I did that. And I hope to have more interviews. I didn't get any interviews on this channel or my other channel last year because of the confusion that was going on with Google Hangouts. Was it gone? Was it around? Trying to figure out the live streaming where you could interview someone. There was Blab for a while, but Blab was one of those kind of things where you really couldn't keep people out, and I didn't trust it. So now I know how I can do it. I just need to find people who will actually allow me to interview them. I think it's so weird that there are so many people who are scared to be on camera. Even to do an interview, they're sitting in their house in front of their computer, and it's just us two having a conversation, and the camera scares them. Someone can explain that to me. I'd love to hear it. I just don't get it. Still, I do have these goals. I have some personal goals, I have some financial goals, I have some health goals, and I have these channel goals. And I'm telling all this in public because I tend to believe that if you're going to be a leader, and I'm an individual, you know, I mean, I run my own corporation, but it's just me. Still, when I was a director in a hospital, I always had goals. And the beginning of a year or end of the year is a great time to figure out what those goals are. Figure out where you're at right now and figure out what your goals are. If your goal is to maintain where you are, fine, but you still have to have a way to maintain that goal. So you should be scripting something and figuring something out. Hopefully your goal is to improve in some way or maybe change something up drastically, in which case you should write those things down somewhere and then do the plan. And if you can, work with other people to get there. For me, basically, it's me. I mean, that's just how it is. Although I have joined an accountability group. So there's just a few of us who are going to try to work with each other to hold each other accountable for doing things. I'm also probably going to finally use the services of a virtual assistant to help me get some things out there. You know, it's hard kind of doing it all on your own. And I figure if I've hired someone to cut my grass and I've hired an accountant to handle that, then I might as well try to handle someone to help me with some of my paperwork or marketing. So these are things I'm going to do. So it's not just me sitting here saying that I'm planning just for me, but I'm trying to encourage any of you who watch this video, please watch the video. But anyone who watches it, you know, plan. Put something down. Let's go for the gusto. I mean, I want to be really successful, but I want everyone else to be successful too. There's enough for all of us. Even if we did the same thing, which we don't, but even if we did do the same thing, there's enough for all of us. But we have to take a risk. We have to take a chance. Yes, life is going to get in the way, and that's just something else we have to deal with. Trust me, I know. I find myself, the older I'm getting, the less energy I have because I don't sleep all that much. But that's part of the health thing that I'm going to work on. I want to sleep better this year so I have more energy, so I can get more things done, so I can be more successful, so I can have a lot more money and have an even better life than I have right now. It'd be nice if my wife didn't have to travel for work so she could hang around and, you know, help take care of me and my mother. And I say that because she keeps me from eating a lot of stuff that I want to eat but probably shouldn't eat, or at least in the quantities I want to eat it. So there it is. Anyway, let me know your thoughts as we go into 2017. You know, is there anything that you have on your list of goals that you want to do to help you improve? Is there anything I can talk about either on this channel where I talk about, you know, leadership, diversity, motivation, or on my other channel where I talk about blogging and writing and social media? Is there anything that I can do maybe to, you know, help get you going? You know, check out my blog here, which I'm going to link to up above. or check out my other blog, which I got to figure out where I'm going to link to. Actually, it's down in the links below, so you can find it, called I'm Just Sharing. Anyway, let's make 2017 the best year that any of us could ever have. And then for 2018, we'll say the same thing, because we should always be trying to be better. You're not going to be the best, or maybe you all will be the best. You're not going to be perfect, but we can always be better. That's my goal. Anyway, my name is Mitch Mitchell. I'm glad that you guys have come along with me this year, and let's see if we can make 2017 just explode. You take care, and give love to your family and your friends.